Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah.
Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. That is the very important point within that whole, the whole framework, the verse, the song. Let us come together and let's build this nation of ours as we march towards 50 years. 50 years is a lot. The level of maturity required to build, to develop, it outweighs the whole politics and the petty politics, not just politics, but the petty politics. We have to move to the next level. We have to rise to that occasion because we are so mature now that we have to think uh, over the politics, the party politics, and so on. We have to develop Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. And I think the reason why the NNP is not able to connect with the Grenadian people for the last 14 months or so is because they are more concerned about the party politics. They're more concerned about the NNP and not Grenada. So they're not able to connect and gravitate. People are not gravitating towards them, right? It's just straight out. And it dawned on me yesterday because for me, I would listen to nearly all talk show programs. I would listen to the NNP folks. I would listen to NDC. I listen to those who claim that they're not X and they're not Y, but they in a particular corner. I'll still listen. And it dawned on me that the NNP is only able to speak to their supporters. And that's it. They are not able to woo anybody, to convince anybody to follow them, to appreciate what they're actually advocating for. They're just not able to convince anyone because if you're in opposition and you cannot say that the government did this right, they did this well, but I think they should do this a little better or improve on this, then people start having a problem. They say, well, how's only negative, 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 only bad, 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 bad? What's about all the good things that are happening in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martin? Why are you not talking about that? Why are you not, you know, acknowledging the good? So you have somebody in your house and they're cleaning, they're cooking, they're washing, they're doing all that stuff, but just a little water fell on that floor and you're going all about and say, well, she threw the water on the ground, or he threw the water on the ground, something like that. But all the time, the person doing so well, right? You're not going and tell anybody about the good things, but you're just quick to criticize. You're quick to be negative, negative. And that is what the NNP has become. They have become a kind of negative organization, like the obstructionists. They just want to block everything. They know they can't block it, but that is what they will try to do. And Grenadians are recognizing it. They're observing that the NNP is not good for this place because we want good. We want people to prosper. We want people to be better, better off, right? We don't want our people to just be poor and vulnerable. $50, 150, 150. That's all. That's all the NNP is about. And don't believe that they want you to be better off. No, they don't want you to move from being poor and being vulnerable. When they talk about poor and vulnerable, because they want to keep you poor and they want to keep you vulnerable. But hear this, there are some who are opening up their eyes, their ears, their brain, and everything else to accept the fact that this government is genuine about the people. So I want to feature a Grenadian, a Grenadian who spoke highly about the government and the creative industry and 100% concession granted to those in that particular area, in that particular sector.
Nobody never called me and say, Mikey, this. Nobody never present nothing for me. Nobody never said, look. And then, hey, in March of 2023, it was the launch of the creative economy and the, how do you call it? The concession. Con who? I said, let me try the business. Let me try the business because I, being through this for years, do realize that for every $1,000 I spend out there to bring in equipment, just to clear it, is this, you have to put another 1,000 with that. You understand? And I thought that was unreasonable. Unreasonable. When you're walking at people through CBI and through all kind of things, they just come in here. They just come to all kind of thing. You understand? And they're getting concession, all ways, shape, and form. But the small man, they don't qualify. The small man is left to suffer while the big boys just come and trample on their opportunities. Trample on their opportunities, people. That is what has existed over the years. Papa, I signed up for the concession. You understand? Because again, I am convinced that small businesses are being ripped and are being set up to fail. And I go and pick up liquor thing, liquor mixer, telling all the liquor mixer for me thing. I pay $600 US to get it here, 600 US as the cost of the item. And when I claim it, I have to pay 8. But how? Liquor thing so £3. I'm telling all of you, this is what I've been going through for years, and not only me, people like myself. So it became hard to grow your business. It was hard to establish, hard to grow, hard to maintain. Do you understand? So anybody has a small business who operate the way I do and survive all of GT. You understand? But anyway, the creative economy came about, and then the concessions came about. I signed up for the BNIT. And last month, for the first time in my entire career, in my entire life, possibly, that I received a handout. Well, not necessarily a handout, a discount. A discount. And I'm so grateful for that. Because now I can actually spend more. Spend more. Because you're not going to break your back when you come here. You don't break your back when you come here. You get like a concession, people are telling all you. So this whole creative economy, business and BNIT, this is a brilliant idea, and it should not only be for creatives, but just for small businesses in general. You know, just creating a level playing field. Because there are some people who they had a muscle by virtue of inheritance and probably family ties and all of that. And then the small man has to compete with that. Come on. So it is important to create those platforms and avenues for the small entrepreneur to be able to survive, to be able to start, to maintain, to grow. Yeah? So, yeah, man. So this creative thing now, they're taking it a step further, and now they are presenting this program. You understand? An associate degree program. What the hell? You understand? That's amazing. You know, so I have to say kudos to y'all for that initiative. But Mikey, let's talk too much too. If you like radio.
Right. So folks, you heard it there from Mikey Hutchinson. And look, if the NNP can take a page from Grenadians who are benefiting from the many initiatives of the government and applauding it, I think they will be in a better position. So here you have Grenadians acknowledging the good things that the government is doing. This young man who is in the creative sector, the creative economy, and I know what he's talking about. I remember bringing in 2 little mics and 2 cameras, like camcorders, small stuff. And what I paid for it was way less than what I actually cleared it. In other words, pay to clear it or get it from customs. And I was like, okay, but I just paid this 30 US or 40 US for it, or 50 US or 100 US, and here I have to go and pay double for it from the port. So the government decided there are people in the creative industry. A lot of people work within that industry, and they have been crushed more or less because of the taxes you have to pay to get your equipment and so on. They decided it's 100% concession given to the creatives to bring in their stuff to do, to ply their trade, to just survive. The NNP will not acknowledge the good things that are happening in Grenada, but you have citizens who are acknowledging it. Yesterday, I met some friends, and they are so happy with what is happening in Grenada. They make it very clear. The tuition support, this $810 that parents no longer have to pay to send their children to college, and that's $750 that parents no longer have to pay to send their children to NULO. This is a big thing. This is huge. But the NNP is so immature that they cannot acknowledge this good initiative by the government that parents are extremely happy about. They met me yesterday. Say, Kem Jones, it's just a huge load lifted, taken off their back. They are now able to use that money for many other things. But the NNP will not acknowledge it, because to them, if they come out and say, well, boy, it's good, it's a good thing, they believe it would mash them up. It would cause them not to win again or come back, that kind of thing. But you got to be mature. You have to be mature to acknowledge the good things that the NDC is doing in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique.
Government has fulfilled a promise to ease the financial burden of education for students at NULO and TAMCC with the launch of the free tuition policy. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell describes it as an investment in the youth of the country who will help to shape the future. Government has allocated $2.5 million for the policy that is open to citizens of Grenada or have permanent resident status. We get more in this Sarana Mitchell report.
Government ministers, officials from the Ministry of Education, along with students from the T.A. Marisha Community College, TAMCC, and the New Life organization NULO, as well as well-wishers, gathered at the Grenada Trade Center on Monday for the official launch of the government's free tuition policy. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell says this new policy by his government is geared at investing in the youth of the country who will in turn shape the future of Grenada.
And we recognize that as a small country, with limited natural resources, our best, only, and greatest asset is you. And therefore, we must invest in you. We must give you the opportunity to become who you want to be so that you can shape the future of this island. And I want to say this. The opportunities, types of jobs that you can get and the types of jobs that you can create. And let me say this, the types of jobs that you can create. And you don't have to work. And to a large extent, if you're coming to TAMCC and NULO, your goal and your desire should not be to work for anybody. It should be for people to work for you. Because as I said at the beginning, not every not everybody gets the chance to come to New Law or TAMCC. So if you're coming to New Law or TAMCC, getting a job, I want you to start, or you create a job, or you create a job for yourself, or you create a job for others. That is part of the reason for having this free tuition policy.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education Elvis Moraine states that the free tuition policy empowers the students of the country, provides equal opportunity to access to education and skills development.
This policy is strongly aligned with Grenada's National Sustainable Development Goal Plan, which prioritizes improving access to quality education, creating equitable opportunity for all Canadians.
So
And by providing free tuition.
the audio is a bit bad there, but I just wanted to feature it. But I am saying that the NNP will never acknowledge the good things that are happening in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. But the people of the country, they're actually benefiting from what the government is rolling out. Because if you go now and speak to the parents of the students who are going to TAMCC and NULO, they will express how happy they are for what the government did with this free tuition at TAMCC and NULO. This has never been done before. You see, for the NNP, if you don't build a piece of concrete road or a piece of concrete drain or some concrete building, to them, you have not done anything. They're so accustomed to this kind of concrete road and drain and building. They cannot see nothing beyond that. But our people are happy because the government is investing directly in our people, in the human resource of the country. And that is the most precious thing or aspect of our whole being and existence, right? Yes, we are a country and we want to see a piece of concrete road. We want to see a piece of concrete drain. We want to see some building erected, but we also want our people to be developing, to be transforming for the better, for the good, for the greater good. And that is exactly what we are seeing now. Our government is investing in our people, and we are happy. The NNP, they're pissed, they bitter, they vex, but this is good. It is good for our country. So I want to go even further to say the reason why the NNP and their supporters are so angry. It is because our prime minister is different. He's uniquely different because in the days of old, when Keith Mitchell was prime minister, you never saw the people embracing him like that. When our prime minister goes to any event, the children, the adults, everybody, they just want to embrace him, to hug him, to thank him, to shake his hand. It's just different. And that is causing the NNP to be very uneasy. How is this possible? I mean, during the revolution, it was like that. But after so many years, you have a kind of rebirth where people are seeing our prime minister as part and parcel of them. It's us, it's we. It's no longer some man coming with some big gun, plenty security. I remember when Keith Mitchell was prime minister, everywhere this guy went, you had this SSU with some big gun in the church, in the school, in everywhere, security like crazy. And I said, well, what this man afraid? What you really afraid of? The people? So you have a different ball game where people are appreciating our prime minister even more.
I always want you to remember to be respectful to your teachers, be kind to one another, and to always work together. Because when you work together, it makes school more fun and you're able to accomplish your tasks a lot easier.
Folks, that is what the NNP is scared of. Now you have a prime minister who is people-centered, who is embraceable, for a want of a better word, right? Approachable. He is not scared of his people. We had a situation in Grenada where a big wall was created between the prime minister and the people. There was this fear, but it's no longer there. The people can embrace their prime minister, can embrace the ministers of government. Before time, it used to be a big barrier. You had to I wonder if I could, say hi. I wonder if I could shake his hand. I wonder if I can sit close by, that kind of thing. But that is no longer there. And that is something that we need to cherish. Because when Keith Mitchell was prime minister, it was a different thing, Everywhere, this big security thing and police and guns and so on, all about, I don't know, it's just different. It is different. But we need to cherish this. Because don't believe that this existed before. It is something new, and we have to embrace it. Grenadian history is back in our schools.
This book will prove to be a portal to a celebrated past and a window to a bright future. Our students will now gain knowledge on Grenada's rich history in print form, and I hope also in electronic form, which will further enrich the teaching.
And again, folks, I want to apologize there for the audio. The audio is not 100%. I want to apologize for that. But again, it's not from my end. It's the actual video production. So you have to bear with me and, the audio and so on. So let me just continue.
Upper primary and lower secondary classrooms. And I do believe the book will become a medium for sparking thoughtful conversations and discussions, both in and out of our classrooms. And as we approach our 50th anniversary of independence, there is no better time for us to launch, read, and learn this book. So Dr. Dowd and Collins, thank you very much for this very timely gift to Grenada on the 50th anniversary of its independence. Thank you, everyone.
So that's our beloved Prime Minister there as he embraced our Grenadian sister who say, boy, I gonna put together in a book the history of Grenada. And you had a visionary government who say, we're going to reintroduce, we're going to bring back, we're going to put in our schools Grenadian history. It will be taught. So when they run all the rumors about LGBT this and LGBT that, all the lies, they will not come to you and say, well, the government of Grenada had the foresight, the vision to introduce this in the curriculum. They will not talk about that. But they want to scare you. They want to put out all kind of misinformation out there, right? Because they want you to be afraid. So they will not call radio programs and say, well, you know, I want to commend the government for introducing, and in some cases, reintroducing Grenadian history in our schools. They will not do that because it is not in their interest as a party, and I call them obstructionists, to actually put this out there. Let Grenadians home and abroad know that in our classrooms, our sons and daughters, our children will be taught Grenadian history. And the book they will be using is from a Grenadian author. This is significant. But the NNP will not talk about this. They will not come forward. They will not call programs and you're mad. They will not. And that is what scares me the most. This is what we need to be talking about and promoting. But the NNP has become so negative that their talk show programs can't attract great many people to listen to it. You know, yesterday and Thursday, because I'm a guy, I'm very big at, you know, monitoring and analyzing data and so on. Do you know that the NNP, nearly all their programs, you know, their pundits and advocates and people who host in different programs and pushing their agenda, they have not been able to get over 150 to 200 people online, for example, to view them, to listen to them at once in real time. People are not interested in NNP because they have become so negative that it just doesn't make sense. So many good things are happening in Grenada, and we need to acknowledge it. We need to pull it out and say, hey, this is it. But Grenadians are benefiting, and that is what is important. Grenadians are benefiting from the good things that the government is rolling out. Folks, I want to give you the chance this morning to talk. Let's talk. And what I want you to do this morning, call me and tell me 1, 2, or 3 or 4 good things that the government has done or have done in the last 14 months. Just call me and tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things that you can recall. You don't need to, you know, go back and research. Just call it out. The number is 415-4817, 415-4817. That's the number to call. Call me and let me know, right? Just a couple things that you can recall that the government did in the last 14 months. Just tell me. I want to, at this point, to say to the folks who have been calling me from overseas, I have never seen that yet. I have received so many calls from our sisters and brothers in the diaspora indicating that they're coming back home and how can they get registered to vote. And I want to applaud you, and I want to give you a little drum roll, a little clap, a little everything. You know? You take everything. Take it. Yeah, you need that. Applause, drum roll. All right, let's take that call. You have been doing an excellent job where that is concerned to call and organize. Good morning, caller. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
morning. One good thing that they did, they won election. They saved us.
Well, we are not focused on winning the election. We're focusing on the actual things that the NDC achieved. All right?
Yes.
So it's not just the election. Sorry for that day. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, sweetheart. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I did quiet. I just want to say the tax amnesty that the government released on the people was very good. The 300 students that got scholarship, the 300 workers that got permanent. So I'll leave the rest for somebody else to point out.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning. Hello. Hello. All right. So we missed that call there. Again, the number is 415-4817. 415-4817. That's the number to call. 415-4817. Just tell me about some of the things that in the last 14 months that the government actually achieved and so on. Because you see, while the NNP is very negative, while they're out there spreading all kind of lies, the people know what the NDC has actually done in the last 14 months or so and how they have benefited significantly from that. Let's take that call. Good morning. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Wonderful. Listen, the Prime Minister, in conjunction with Jeffrey Telesford, has done a pilot program where we're teaching children in the Lara playing field to play cricket from the primary school. They're doing St. Dominic, St. Teresa's, and Current to a lesser extent. So this is a great initiative. We bought a lot of cricket gears, and you could imagine the amount of children, 40 odd children is in that program now. So we're really making a big effort to help children.
Beautiful. Nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much there indeed. And that is why the NNP is very scared. They're scared because you have a government who is focused on the people and the young people in particular. They're benefiting. And these, in the next, let's say, 3, 4, 5 years, they will be able to vote TAMCC, NULO, secondary school level students. In the next 4, 5 years, there will be 18, 19, 20, 20 something. And that is what the NNP is uneasy about and scared about. Let's take that call. Good morning. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Kim.
Hi, good morning. How you doing?
Morning. I'm just so happy. It hurts me and pain me when the government, when Keith and the NMP decided not to pay the teachers because they went and demonstrate. And the poor kids were left to suffer with no after school, no sports, nothing. The country became so dead. Like you could walk in the country and just feel pain. And now our beloved Prime Minister just paid the teachers, gave them the money, and seems like things is back in place. The kids are running around so happy. I came to Grenada this August, and it's just like a big difference. It's just the atmosphere, the happiness of the people, everything. The government is just doing a wonderful job.
Fully agree. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I fully agree there. I think that point the caller made there is a very important one. Because remember, the NNP went into the salaries of the teachers and they take their money. They wanted to spite them, to hurt them around Christmas time 2018, and they take their money. But here it is. When the NDC came into power, they just give them back their money. And up to this day, the NNP just cannot get over the fact that the NDC just paid them back their money, gave them back their money. They can't get over it. And this is important because we had intercall, we had parish sports, we had debates, we had science fairs, everything just returned. And that is what you want. You want an environment that is conducive for education, for learning. That is what the NDC actually brought back, because when the NNP was in power, every time it's a bacchanal, some kind of confrontation, some kind of thing with some worker, some kind of thing like that, or some group, or the prime minister at the time, the NNP, would be in some kind of melee with somebody. But it's just different now.
Good morning, Ken.
Good morning. How you doing?
Excellent. Taking back we learn from them investors.
Right.
That's one.
Right.
All right.
Thank you. Yes, so the caller is referring to that, 20-something acres of land, Grandlands Beach, on Grandlands Beach, that the NNP gave to an individual in the UK. I think he's the grandson of a Grenadian, right? He's not a Grenadian. The individual is not a Grenadian. His father is not a Grenadian, but his grandfather is Grenadian, right? In fact, from my village, right? But he got the lands there for promoting, they say. All I see is his dog carrying a scarf with a Grenadian flag on it around the neck. That's all. But the NDC did the right thing to take back that land. Of course, we know we have to carry $5 million burden because of the NNP stupidity. We have to now pay the individual for what I don't know, but we had to pay for it. But it's something that we need to learn from, because I remember. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, morning, Ken.
Good morning.
I want to applaud the brilliant young minds that came forward to take Grenada forward, Prime Minister and his team. That brought a whole new trust for Grenadians, because they now understand what the true development and forward movement is. The base is education. Once you educate your people, then they could move anywhere and make it. Thank you.
I fully agree. Education is liberation. I fully agree. Good. All right, we lost that call. Caller, you can actually call back. I fully agree with that caller. Education is liberation. And you have a young team of men and women who understand that if you empower people, if you educate our people, if you provide the avenues for our people to be educated, things will be good generally in the country. And that is what we're actually seeing. We are reaping the benefits of that. When you educate, when you empower our people, then will do things differently. The NNP is scared. They're scared because you have a government who is focused, who is hell-bent on developing people, on transforming people, not just the country in terms of the physical aspect, but the human resource of our country is being transformed. And that is good. I want to say again, the number is 415-4817, 415-4817. That's the number to call to get on the inside. 415-4817. I want to commend the folks out there in the diaspora. You have been reaching out to me in record numbers, indicating that I need to add you to the database and I need to prepare for your homecoming. You're coming back home. You want to register. You want to participate in the upcoming general election. And I love that, because I indicated to you that I am of the firm view that the next election will be heavily dependent in terms of the outcome. The outcome of the next election will be heavily dependent on you, the folks in the diaspora, and getting registered when you come for funerals, when you come for weddings, when you come for events or activities, or so, when you come back home on vacation. It's so important. So I want to urge you as you come back home, please register. And we have to do it now. And I want to add you to the database. So don't just get registered and Kem Jones said no. I want to know. Good morning, caller.
Hey, Kem, good morning.
Good morning, how you doing?
Hi, good. Kem, I always want to start from the NNP, from the NDC and defeating the NNP at the polls, because for this transformation to take place and all the good things that are happening, it had to start from somewhere. So that's where I'm going to start from. Giving the NDC kudos on winning that 2022 general elections. Secondly, one of the good things that the NDC did, Kim, is recently where they were able to settle that case amicably with the Kimpton Kwana Bay company on settling that case. And because if that case had gone ahead, Kim, the government would have lost that case. And what they now have to pay that company, we would have to pay maybe double time or triple time more. Secondly, I want to congratulate the government on making education, striving to make education free, and on taking away that $810 that the students had to pay at TAMCC, because Ken, trust me, that wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I mean, I had my share of it. So those are just some of the good things, and I want to applaud the government on what they are doing and let them, continue to do the good things. And to the people who support the transformational agenda, let's stay focused. The word is stay focused. Thank you, brother. Have a good day.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jacola. Thank you very much indeed. Again, the number 415-4817, 415-4817. That's the number to call to get on the inside. And I think we all need to be proud of this team, because remember, they cause me and you to believe that this team, this young team of men and women, they can't do it. They would not be able to transform communities, to transform this country. The NNP really make a lot of people believe that. But now we are living proof that you can believe in the young people of the country. They're capable. They have vision. They could fix the thing. They could transform the thing. That is exactly what we are seeing here in Grenada, Carriacou, and P.T. Martinique. In fact, a friend called me and said, Kim Jones, but I never thought that things will turn around so quickly, thanks to this young team of men and women.
Morning,
good morning.
Morning, Kim. Morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Well, after I'm listening to you, and that is the best topic you could have come with for this morning, Kim. I feel so happy here to get that big relief from that figures that had to pay in TAMCC. Christ, the best thing that could have ever happened in Grenada is for NDC to win that election and to put Kit and them aside forever. That's the best thing could have happened in Grenada.
Thank you.
Kudos to the government.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much there indeed. And look, people are happy because it's not just you giving me some money in my hand. It is more than that. It's an investment. And I think that is the word that must be repeated over and over and over. The NDC is investing in the future of this country. So it's not just giving you a piece of fish, but I'm giving you a line. I'm giving you the hook. I'm giving you everything that goes with it. And I'm saying to you, go fish and feed your family and your country. Good morning. Good morning, Kona.
Yes, Ken.
Hey, good morning.
Yes. One good thing the government has done, it's not repeated much, but when the schools needed furniture, they used local furniture makers to make furniture for the schools and kept all the info, the monies right into the country. We didn't have to buy furniture from outside and employ new people. So that was a really good thing they did for the country.
Fully agree. Thank you. Thank you very much. And the caller is absolutely right. We don't talk much about it, but that was a very good initiative by the government to actually invest, put the money in the hands of local furniture makers to actually do that work, to make the furniture and have it in the different schools. They could have done like the NNP, send the money in China, send it outside of the country, and the Chinese will just dump a whole pile of trash in terms of the furniture and so on. This kind of iron thing and plastic thing The NDC did it differently. Good morning. Good morning, Kola.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
To me, the government is good. They are good. They're taking the time bit by bit. And something that I want the government to do when people work with companies for years and they're sending them home without nothing. If they could do it. But I want to applaud the government on the aspect of what they have done. And could you give me what information they have on the oil paper, the oil documents?
Well, that is missing. This whole oil and gas thing, that's missing. There is little.
Who to be blamed?
Well, there's a certain individual who said that we found oil and gas, but when you go in the ministry to find out whether or not there's any paper trail or anything of that sort, you can't see anything.
But he said there. He said he's afraid to do something with it. Either go to jail. That's how the one individual said. And could you play that thing in Parliament? They tell me, where you think I'm a little boy? Sit down, Miss Leader of the Opposition. Please take a seat. Play it for me in a little while.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we are actually out of time, so I can't play this morning. All right. Yeah, and that is something that we have to discuss. This whole oil and gas and the paper trail. Because if you say, well, we found oil and gas and you're signing thing with Trinidad and who, but why in the ministry you can't find anything to connect that to? Something ain't right. Folks, we are out of time. I want to wish you all the best. I'll be back tonight. And to those who are calling, we are out of time. All right. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're actually out of time.
The Lagoon Road Beach is make it beautiful.
All right. Thank you. Yes, we're out of time there. So, folks, take good care. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll be back with you tonight in the hub, starting from 8 in the PM. We're out of time. We have to pull the curtain down. Right. So let me just play this here and pull the curtain down at this point. Bye for now.